Hello everyone, welcome to the Simperion IAS YouTube channel. Continuing with our mains monster notes that is based on the syllabus and PYQs, today we will discuss a notes of GS1, communalism, secularism and regionalism, a topic of Indian society. First topic we have covered in this particular notes is communalism. We have started with a definition of a communalism. Then we are given the key characteristics of communalism in India. Few facts related to communalism like the communal recent communal riots and what are the impacts of that, and 1947 partition and impact of communal tensions that developed in the country and anti-Sikh riots, etc. Then we are given the timeline of communalism in India starting with the ancient times, medieval times, colonial times and post-independence. Next we have covered types of communalism, the cultural communalism, political communalism, economic communalism, social communalism, religious communalism and ethnic communalism. We have covered the types of communalism. Next we are given the stages of communalism in India. We are given kind of a flow chart which covers a mild stage, moderate stage and an extreme stage. Up next, we have covered the causes of communalism in India. What are the reasons for the communalism in Indian society? We have given 7 reasons along with an examples. Next, what is the consequences of communalism in the society? It leads to social fragmentation, economic disruption, political instability, undermining of national unity, human right violations and loss of international reputations. Next we are given the Law Commission stand on communalism, Law Commission recommendations, how to reduce the communal tension in the country or how to eliminate the communalism. So we are given the Law Commission recommendation. Next we have covered the constitution and communalism. So Article 14 talks of equality, then no discrimination based on the religion by Article 15, and we have covered a DPSP, we have covered a fundamental duty, etc. We have covered a legal provisions to counter communalism like Unlawful Activities Act, Religious Institution Act, Representations of People Act 1951. The recently it disqualifies a candidate seeking the vote based on the religion, and National Integration Council. And we are given government measures to counter communalism like Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat, and we are given 4 such schemes. And we are given few data: how many communal incident, what is the impact of communal incident in the country, the global peace index and minority population in the country. Next we are given a multi-pronged strategy to counter communalism, that is way forward. How to reduce the communal tension in the country. We are given 5 points, and also we have added committee recommendations: Sri Krishna Commission recommendation, Sachar Committee recommendation, Press Council of India guidelines, a National Integration Council recommendations, again a Sri Krishna Commission recommendation. Next we have covered some of the important questions from the PYQ. See, mains monster material, we will be covering the syllabus as well as important questions that are asked in the last 43 years by the UPSC. One of the important ingredients to clear UPSC, both prelims and mains, is PYQs. UPSC repeats around 40% plus questions in the PYQs directly. It happened even in the 2023 paper and 2024 paper as well. If anybody has a doubt, if they don't believe what we are saying, please take up 2024 paper. Please compare it with last 25 years PYQ of the civil services and last 10 years of CDS, NDA and CAPF. You will figure out yourself. UPSC prelims is about 150 around themes, important topics, important themes. UPSC repeats, keeps on asking the question from similar topics. Coming to the mains, UPSC repeats or revisits around 40 to 50% of the questions in the GS. Around 70 to 80% of the questions in the optionals are repeated from PYQs. And when we say 43 years PYQ for the GS, 43 years PYQ, you don't have to study all PYQs. Just go through the PYQ, select a relevant PYQs and just prepare answers for them while preparing a topic. Optionals, just 20 to 25 years PYQs are important. So prepare an answer for the PYQs. That is the way to prepare. That is your North Pole, that is your guiding light along with the syllabus. Continuing, next we have taken a PYQ question. What is the impact of post-liberal economy? What's the impact of liberal economy or opening up economy on ethnic identities and communalism? We have covered some 4-5 points. We have given very crisp points, examples. Next we have covered what is the difference between religiosity and communalism. See, the fundamental difference is personal spiritual growth and community bonding. So religiosity is I love my religion. Communalism is I love my religion and I hate other religion or other ethnicity, etc. That's communalism. So we are given a very good like 4-5 points and an example, etc. It's also a PYQ question. Let's go to the next topic, that is regionalism. Initially we have covered a definition of regionalism. It's one of the important topics among the 3 topics, among secularism, communalism and regionalism. Regionalism UPSC asked many questions, so it's an important topic. All 3 topics are important. It is like most number of questions are asked from this particular topic. Then we give what is the concept of regionalism in India, that is identity and loyalty to your region, cultural pride, autonomy and representations, challenge to the national unity. What is the concept of regionalism with respect to India? Next we are given characteristics of regionalism and types of regionalism: linguistic regionalism, ethnic regionalism, cultural regionalism, political regionalism, economic regionalism. Economic is like people of a particular area feel they are underdeveloped or deprived in the growth story of the country and they want to course correct it, advocating for economic development for specific regions, like demanding a special status, etc. kind of thing, and even sometime maybe a separate state. And sub-regionalism, we have covered all types of regionalism. Next important is constitutional safeguards for the national unity. Constitutional safeguards, like though India is a country with a diversity, unity in diversity, so accommodating this diversity is very important for the national unity, like 5th and 6th schedule, like autonomy to tribal areas, helping them to preserve their culture, in a way helping safeguarding the national unity. A DPSP promotes socio-economic justice across all regions. There is 8th schedule, recognizing the regional languages. So we have covered everything. Constitutional safeguards, by accommodating the diversity in the country, helping in the national unity. Next, factors responsible for regionalism in India. What are the factors responsible? We have covered all the points along with very specific examples. Next, we have covered a son of the soil movement. And we have covered what are the implications of son of the soil doctrine as well. Next, we have covered how to balance national integration with regional autonomy. What are strategies? How to balance a national unity and also regional autonomy or accommodating regional feelings. What are strategy that can be adhered? We have covered that as well. Next, it's another PYQ question. Political boundaries and regional boundaries need to be coterminous. Do you agree? We are given argument in favor, we are given argument against, 3 points. Very crisp answer. Next, we have covered how regionalism has affected the Indian unity. We are given that as well. This again a PYQ question, or implication of regionalism on Indian unity or on India or national unity, anything. It's an impact, kind of an impact of regionalism. We have covered that as well. And how regionalism, feeling of regionalism because of any reason, economic deprivation, cultural difference, cultural assertiveness, anything, how regionalism, how regional feelings has resulted in demand for a separate state. We have covered that as well. Next, we have covered here. The regional, sorry, one second. The regionalism due to the cultural assertiveness and regionalism due to uneven distribution of benefits of development. One people asserting their culture and saying we are of different culture, we need a separate state or autonomy, etc. Another is people feeling deprived, left out in the growth story of a country and want to course correct it through a feel getting the autonomy or a separate state. The feeling of which leads to a development of regionalism. Next, we have covered the government initiative to promote a national integrity. What are government initiatives? There is a State Reorganization Act, Northeastern Council Act, schemes to promote nationalism, Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat scheme. There is a grant to the backward area so that people don't feel left out. Pradhan Mantri Khanij Kshetra Kalyan Yojana, some of the part of central India, which has a huge amount of natural resources, and also the one of the backward areas, to make sure that people don't feel left out or in the growth story of the country. We have like government has started Pradhan Mantri Khanij Kshetra Kalyan Yojana. There is Niti Ayog. There is center state together in the GST Council, interstate council, etc. Next, challenge posed by the regionalism to the Indian unity and the progress. Next particular topic we have covered is way forward to balance regional diversity and national unity. This is the most important. Balancing the regional diversity, balancing the diversity of India along with the national unity. Most important, we have covered 7 points like social inclusion, balanced development, investment and infrastructure in most part of the country, celebrating the diversity, education for unity, fostering local governance, empowering local governance, and media and public awareness. We have covered everything and we have given one conclusion. Next, the topic is secularism. Next topic is secularism. We have given a definition and we have drawn pictorial representation. Pictorial representations of Indian secularism, Indian constitution and secularism. Preamble itself has India is a socialist, secular, democratic republic. Secular republic, we have that, and we have given few points from DPSP, fundamental rights and the fundamental duty. Key judicial judgment, that is Keshavananda Bharati, secularism is a basic structure of constitution. SR Bommai case, we have added Supreme Court judgment regarding that, which also dealt with the secularism. And what are the key features of Indian secularism? We have added that, and we have given pictorial pictures or infographic kind of a thing to differentiate between Indian and Western secularism, which is one of the very important topics actually under secularism. This topic is asked by UPSC at least 3-4 times in the past. Once they asked comparing Indian and French secularism, another most of the time it's between Indian and Western secularism. We have given 1 point here, Indian and Western secularism. Second point, Indian and Western secularism. Third point, Indian and Western secularism. Fourth point, and next we have given Indian and Western secularism. Fifth point and the sixth point. So we are given 6 points comparison using a very easily readable format. In the picture format, you can easily consume the content. Next, we are given comparing Indian and French secularism. This is again a PYQ question. We have covered that as well. One of the most important topics in the secularism is comparing Indian and Western secularism. Up next, we are given the role of tolerance, assimilation, and pluralism in Indian secularism. It's a PYQ question. We have covered 4 points. What's the role of tolerance, assimilation, and pluralism in Indian secularism? Next, why it is necessary to boost secularism? Say what is the benefits of society being a secular? We are given that as well. We have pictorially given that. What are challenges to secularism? We are given 5 points. Again, a pictorial representation, very easily consumable for the aspirants. You can easily read it, revise it, recall it, and reproduce in the exam. Very easy, very crisp points, to the point. We have like removed all the crap out of a material. Again, we have covered one of the important topics, and also which is currently in the news, that is universal civil code. Universal civil code, which is under secularism. We have given the idea of universal secularism, which covers like which are the main topics covered under it: marriage, divorce, inheritance, adoption, and succession. And we are given DPSP, concurrent list, constitutional provisions, different view of UPSC, of different views regarding the UCC, that is I think Constituent Assembly, 21st Law Commission, Supreme Court, and central government. We are given pros of Uniform Civil Code, UCC, and what are the cons of UCC. And we are given the timelines from 1954 to 2015. We are given time frame. This diagram, you have to little zoom it and see it, not very clear. We couldn't get a very clear diagram for the timeline. Next, we are given the way forward. How to boost secularism in the country, that is enhancing religious understandings, universal education, strengthening the community ties, promoting a scientific outlook in the society, that is developing a scientific temper, reforming electoral and judicial systems. The asking the vote in the name of religion, etc., has to be stopped or reduced. Encouraging a responsible media, urge media outlets to report accurately and sensitively, avoiding a sensationalizations of the case which disrupts harmony. We are given another conclusion. So it's around a 18 to 20 page document which covers 3 topics, which is based on the PYQ and also the syllabus. We will provide a link to our Telegram group in the description. You can get this material from our Telegram group. We will provide a link to the Google Drive as well. You can directly access this PDF. Thanks for watching the video. Thank you.